Bucket naked.
Got some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over.
Please hit the gym. Please hit the gym, and the pH needs to be balanced as well.
I've been drinking. Can't keep your eyes off my right now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's JLerone with JLerone Presents. We're about to go ahead and get into this video. Dr. Umar crashing out, saying things about this lady that he dealt with. You know, he said 3 times to the hotel room. Oh, so apparently she done hacked into his accounts and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a crazy rant, crazy crash out. Now, if y'all don't know, Dr. Umar's daughter supposedly deleted herself or was deleted. Come to find out, she's not deleted. But during that time, nobody knew. When Dr. Umar did this video, they asked him about it, right? They asked him about it, but listen to how much energy and effort he talked about with this new information about his daughter. He only gave it basically a little bit of time, and then he went on into something else about this woman who was scamming him and the fact that she's the throat goat. Let's just listen to this, cause for a man who talks about black women are the queens and goddesses, he disrespects women. Have y'all noticed Dr. Umar will disrespect a woman who he feels has done him wrong in some type of way? He disrespected his daughter's mom, Mama Smurf, and the other lady. I forgot her name, but the other lady that he dealt with, he disrespected her as well. So, yeah, he just, for a guy who likes to uplift black women and say that they are queens, he does a lot of disrespectful things, or he says a lot of disrespectful things to black women. Let's just take a listen, all right?
You were the throat goat. That's it. You were the throat goat. Why you
What a way to start out a video.
making up these lies? I'm willing to take a lie detector test with her. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Kansas, and take a lie detector test. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Missouri, and take a lie detector test. And I want the lie detector.
First Kansas City, Kansas. Now it's Kansas City, Missouri. Which one? Where is she?
The technician to ask 10 questions. Did he want you to have his baby? Did he want to marry you? Did he want you to have his baby? Did he masturbate in front of you? Did he do drugs in front of you? Did he hit you raw? Did he go down on your funky sardine, rat-infested, smelling like the worst fish tank never cleaned? Did he go down on? Brothers and sisters, I want to address 2 situations. Normally, I ignore nonsense, but this is a time where I think I need to address the nonsense for the sake of my true and sincere supporters and FDMG donors. The first week of March, my travels took me to Sweden. I was in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden. And as y'all know, while I was in Stockholm, Sweden, my daughter, baby Smurf, She decided to quote unquote expose me while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. While I was in Stockholm, Sweden, the woman who I contracted with to care for my mother turned out to be a demon in disguise and is now one of my top haters and detractors. So I just think it's very fortuitous that Stockholm, Sweden, and shout out to all my Stockholm, Sweden Africans. I just find it interesting that my daughter and this Kansas City hood rat, that both of them were in the works against me at the same time. Now, I do care for my mother, who I love more than anything in this world. And for those of you who care for your parents, you understand where I'm coming from. This is information that I didn't want to share, but I think it is appropriate to the conversation. And if I don't finish this conversation now, I'll finish it later because we do have some things getting done today. So, I do not know if my firstborn is still with us in the flesh or not. People have been texting me that she may have unalived herself. God forbid. I'm going to hope for the best that no such thing has happened. And I'm going to speak to Baby Smurf's situation in a minute. I'm going to speak to that. But I just want to lay the groundwork by saying that all of this began while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. All of this began while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. All of this began while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. So I've been taking care of my...
Now, by hearing this news about his daughter, why is he on here doing this video? And why does he, like, that's all, and this is all you're going to get from him, you know, referring to, you know, his daughter, hearing the news that his daughter might have deleted herself, which we know that she hasn't. But at this time of this video, he had no idea. But this is all you're going to get from him talking about his daughter. That's crazy.
Mother for the past 7.5 years. Spring of 2018. Many of y'all know that in January of 2018, after returning from my second trip to Japan and China, in January of 2018, after returning from my second trip to Japan and China, I had to stand trial with charges that were put upon me by the Pennsylvania State Board of Psychology that were motivated by YouTubian struggle streamers and Dr. Umar detractors. Y'all remember that? Well, shortly thereafter, my mother was hospitalized. My mother has multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, okay? She's diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. We've always known that, but it didn't begin to affect her until more recently. So anyway, when my mother was hospitalized, I knew that I would be the child of 7 who would take it upon myself to step up and take care of my mother. And after 60 days away from home, my mother finally came home the day before Baby Smurf's birthday, 2018. And I've been caring for my mother for 7.5 years ever since. I have done a great job caring for my mother. When my mother came home, she was on all these meds. The doctor got her off of all the meds. When she came home, mom had different situations going on. She got off of all that. Medications no longer necessary. I'm not perfect, but in my 7.5 years, I have done a great job with my mother. And I can say that most of the time when my mother had a situation, it was because of the aides in the caregivers. It was because of the aides in the caregivers. And so normally, and for those of y'all who care for your parent, you know how tough it is to find decent, professional, reliable, confidential help, right? Decent, professional, reliable, comprehensive help, right? And so, let me see something here. I'm going to turn off the comments, brothers and sisters. This is the first live that I've ever turned off the comments, but I have to.
Wonder why.
There's just too much ignorance in my feed. This is the first live I've ever done where I had to turn off the comments. I just turned off the comments because I'm talking seriously, and we still got idiots. So this,
and you are about to see why he's turning off these comments.
This is going to be without any comments.
Because the shit he's about to say is going to be crazy.
You can text message me if you have a question or a comment. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. You can text message me at 215-989-9858. So, whenever I don't have a dependable, responsible, reliable, confidential aide to care for my mom, I cancel events because my mother always comes first.
When is Dr.
My mother
Umar
always comes first. I was supposed to keynote the Florida A&M University Black Psychology Conference a few months ago. I canceled it because I didn't have anyone that I would trust to care for mother available at that time. I had to cancel Congo last week, and y'all know how much I wanted to go to the Congo. I had been waiting for that. I had to cancel because mom comes first. When I went to Sweden, there was a young lady who I met because she invited me to Kansas City to speak at an event. So her and her son drove me from Omaha, Nebraska to Kansas City to speak. I believe the event was on December 3rd, 2023. I believe the event was on December 3rd, 2023. I believe the event was December 3rd, 2023. And we had the event. We stayed in contact through text message. And ultimately, at the top of this year, maybe late last year, but if I'm not mistaken, I saw her privately 3 times inside of the same Philadelphia hotel after hours for no more than 2 or 3 hours. I repeat, I saw her 3 times in a hotel after hours for only a few hours. 3 times. There's a small chance that it was 4 times. There's no chance that it was 5 times. I'm going to repeat this. Did you need me, boss? Are you good?
He said 3 times for sure.
Okay.
4 maybe, but not a 5th.
So I saw her 3 times inside of a Philadelphia hotel after hours for about 3 or 4 hours. That's it. The total private time she and I spent could not have exceeded 12, 15, 20 hours max. Total time across these 3 visits, maybe 4, but I'm almost certain it was 3. No more than 12 to 15, maximum of 20 hours. When it was time for me to go to Sweden, this young lady told me that she would not mind coming to care for my mother. I assured her that I would pay her, and I did pay her. And this is going to be important when I bring up the attorney in a minute, because I consulted with an attorney in Kansas City who told me that if I can prove that I paid her to care for my mother, then she can be charged with HIPAA violations for discussing my mother's personal, sensitive medical information without permission. So this attorney said, if I can prove that I paid her, which means this was...
Now, my question was is this lady a certified, like, nurse? Like, does she have a license to practice, to take care? Like, is she a licensed caregiver, is what I'm trying to ask. I don't remember him ever mentioning that this woman was a licensed caregiver.
Business. This was a business transaction. You paid her to care for your mother. And although she included plenty of lies in her narrative, although she included plenty of exaggerations and fallacies and untruths in her narrative, the mere fact that she purported to discuss your mother's personal sensitive information makes her guilty of HIPAA. And if we can prove that she in fact violated HIPAA law by discussing my mother's business, she can be fined, and she can also be jailed, and she can also be prevented permanently from ever working in the human services field again. An attorney told me that. So I have to pay him, okay, the retainer fee, and he's going to pick it up from here. So she could go to jail for what she did against my mother, discussing her personal business. I thought parents were off limits. I thought parents were off limits. I thought parents were off limits. But I guess when you that trifling, when you that low down, when you're that deceptive and manipulative, nothing is off limits. So anyway, brothers and sisters, she said, I can care for your mother. She won my confidence. I said, let's do it. So she cared for my mother twice. The weekend I was in Eastern Michigan University, that was 3 nights. And she cared for my mother for the week that I was in Stockholm, Sweden. I believe that was 5 or 6 nights. Okay? Eastern Michigan University, Stockholm, Sweden. I paid her both times. She never spent time with me in my mother's house because I don't spend time with women in my mother's house. Business is business. Personal is personal. I got her a hotel. I Ubered her over to the home. When she got to the home, I went over instructions with her. I went to the airport. When I got back from both trips, I Ubered her to a hotel. And then she flew out. I paid for her flight. I paid for her hotel. Business was business. Personal was personal. So, after returning from Sweden, I was very disappointed in the care that my mother was given. After returning from Sweden, I was very disappointed in the care that my mother was given. I'm not going to go into detail over the egregious lack of regard and concern she displayed for my mother. I'm not going to go over that. That's too personal. But I was very disappointed and I was guilty. Whenever my mother isn't properly cared for, I take on that shame. I take on that blame. But
again, why would you, a woman you just met, you really barely knew? Like I said, I don't know if this woman has a license to be a caregiver, but it seems like you just, a random woman that you met said that she could take care of your mother and you just let her do it.
I said to myself, you can never use this woman again to care for your mother. So I began to distance myself from this woman. So let me back up again. She saw me 3 times. Privately, she cared for my mother 2 other times. 5 total contacts. 3 of them were private. Brothers and sisters, without being too vulgar, those 3 private contacts basically consisted of her gummy bearing my Shango. She gummy beared the Shango. That's basically what she did. It was a jump off. Hood rat jump off. That's all it was.
What?
Fellatio. 3 fellatio sessions.
So you let a woman who was giving you head, three sessions of head, of throat goat, and this woman was watching your mom. And like I said, I don't know if this woman has a license to be a caregiver or not. But yeah, but you're a good son, right? According to Dr. Umar, he's a good son. But the woman that was taking care of his mom was also taking care of him at the same time.
I came to visit. She wanted to please the Prince of Pan-Africanism. So it happened. 3 fellatio sessions. I'm not proud to say that. And then, of course, quote unquote caregiver. I put caregiver in quotes because she did anything but care for my mother. Anyway, this was the first week of March, Sweden. I come back from Sweden. I'm disappointed. Can't work with this woman no more. Can't take care of my mother. I can't mess with you. I started to distance myself from her. On June the 25th, the last moon that we had, I do my Art of Dialogue interview. I'm coming out of my Art of Dialogue interview and my phone is blowing up. There's a woman on Pastor Bussy's page claiming that y'all was in a 2.5-year relationship.
Who is Pastor Bussy? Okay.
That you were in love with her, that you wanted to marry her, that you wanted her to have your child. You were in a 2.5-year relationship with her. You were in love with her. You wanted to marry her. You wanted her to have your child. You were in a 2.5-year relationship with her. You wanted to marry her. You was in love with her, and you wanted her to be your wife. Brothers and sisters, I have women who look way better than her, who have done more for me in my life than she ever could, who I wasn't in love with, who I didn't want to make my wife, who I didn't want to have my baby. So this
is supposed to be the Prince of Pan-Africanism, who all black women are queens, all black women should be respected, but he's just telling you that he has plenty of women who done things for him that he had no interest in marrying. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, that this man is sitting up here saying how much he loved black women, how all black women are special and queens, but this is the same guy who's having all these issues with the so-called black queen. And then when he has an issue with them, look at how he talks about them. If they're queens, wouldn't he deal with them in a more respectful way, since he calls them queens? But no, these so-called queens, he talked to them like he said she was a jump off. So a queen is a jump off?
This woman, this Kansas City thought, this Jezebel, this jump off,
this
queen. Smash and grab.
But she a queen.
Spent 3 times with me, not 3 nights, because I never spent the night. I never spent the night with her in my life. I never spent a night with her in my life. I saw her 3 times. And 3 times, all of which, if I'm not mistaken, were during the first quarter of 2025. 3 times, and I'm in love with her. 3 times I want to marry her. 3 times I want her to have my baby. 3 times, and we were in a 2.5-year relationship. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. But it gets worse. She told Pastor Bussy.
What grown man talks
and let me
like
say this about Pastor Bussy. Rainbow Bunny. Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Bunny, has been cyber stalking me for 10 years. People have asked me to put a stop to him legally.
What man with all these degrees, all this education, talk like this?
I had 2 attorneys who sent him cease and desist. And he did not cease and desist. Those attorneys did not live in Utah where he lives. Those attorneys did not live in Utah, so there was no follow-up. I recently consulted with a Utah attorney who told me I have a serious case against Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Bunny. But I'm going to have to fly out to Utah a couple times to appear in court. So this attorney told me that if I give him the retainer, he will begin the investigation on Pastor Bussy, and after looking at Pastor Bussy's YouTube page, he says he is quite certain that I have a case for slander, I have a case for libel. I have a case for defamation. And he also said, because he's been making money off of my name for 10 years, that he can be made to pay me back all the money that he made in my name, and that we can lay siege to any property that he owns. I told him that the man is broke. He don't have any property. He basically pays his bills by making Dr. Umar defamation films. He said, well, if that's the case, if he has a job, then his wages can be garnished until he satisfies the balance of the settlement from court. So, brothers and sisters, I have finally realized that I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund. I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund.
There you go begging for money. There you go begging. Now he needs some money, y'all. Y'all don't see the grift. Y'all don't notice that. Now he asking for money. He needs a Dr. Umar defense fund. When is he gonna get that school going? Didn't he do a video not too long ago saying that the school was damaged? Somebody broke in and vandalized the school now, cause it was supposed to have been up actually last year. Then he pushed it to this fall, the fall of 2025. Yeah, now he need money for a defense fund. When y'all gonna stop? When y'all gonna notice that this is a repetitive thing for him?
And the reason I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund is not because I have to defend myself.
Money.
I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund so I can file suit against people who think it's okay to constantly slander my name and attack my mother. Attack my mother. Attack my mother. So, brothers and sisters, this woman told Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Bunny, the YouTubian struggle streamer, she told Pastor Bussy that I went down on her. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test.
Here we go.
Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. When that woman, after gummy bearing my Shango stick, that woman took off her underwear, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died. She smelled like an old fish tank. You ever smell a fish tank that somebody ain't cleaned in like 2 years? They got goldfish in there. They got all kind of fish.
Y'all hear this shit? An old fish tank. Everything's off. pH balance off. Everything. Just a straight funk box. A funk box that he went back 3 times to visit. Right? It was good enough for him to visit 3 times though.
And it ain't been cleaned in years. That's what she smelled like when she took off those funky ass drawers. Her drawers were so old and so funky that I thought it was a wife beater. That's how stretched out her drawers was. Her drawers were so old and so funky, I thought her underwear was a slingshot.
But this is the same man who say all black women are queens. All y'all are special, God's special little creatures. Now he admitting that this woman got a funky snatch. But you got all these women, our stuff don't stink. Hey, Dr. Umar just letting it out. This particular one, he can't go back and say black women don't have funky cooches. He can't go back and say they don't. You can't go back. All the queen talk just went all out the window. He do everything that a black woman does. A black woman get mad at a man, what she do? She talk about his penis, he gay, he can't screw, yada, yada, yada. Right? What the hell Dr. Umar doing?
Her drawers were so funky and so stank, brothers and sisters, that I thought it was a wife beater, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect. So when she said, it's my turn, after she got finished swallowing the Shango, she said, it's my turn. After she got finished swallowing the Prince of Pan-Africanism, she said, it's my turn. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, how do I get out of this? Because it ain't no way under God's heaven that King Kong consciousness face, nose, tongue, lips, ears, or hairline is going anywhere near that cootie cat. Brothers and sisters, listen.
So you mean to tell me, after the first time, she did what she did, you said, you smelt that box, you said you wasn't doing nothing. You wasn't eating it, you weren't going to Pound Town, nothing. So the second time, you came back for some more, right? So on the second time, you don't think that woman asked him again to get up in it, to bend over, or whatever? So the third time was the same thing. It was smelling the second time, and it was smelling the third. So all three times you went there was smelling. And she just kept giving you that throat, but not, you mean tell me this one? So what woman will sit up there and give you head the first night, and then you don't hit it because you say her stuff stink? So you come back the second time, it's stinking the second time, and she's still giving you head, knowing that you ain't gonna give her no D, knowing that you ain't gonna take her to Pound Town. And then she did the third night too. So all three nights, all three times you went over there, her coochie was stinking. She gave you head, knowing that you not go dick her down when she wanted you to the first time. You expect us to believe that, Dr. Umar? Who believes that? Who actually believed that he went there three times, and she gave him head 3 times, knowing that he wasn't going to give her any D when that's what she wanted? But he's hollering her coochie snake. Who believes that?
Brothers and sisters, listen. She told Pastor Bussy that I went down on her. I'm willing to take a lie detector test. I am willing to take a lie detector test, brothers and sisters. That woman smelled like a dead cow mixed with sour milk and menstruated underwear that was found in a funky alleyway. I lie to you not. She is so acidic. Her yoni-verse is so acidic. She needs a baptism. She needs a deep cleanse. She needs an exorcism. I think she got demons living in that bat cave. I think she got demons living in that bat cave, brothers and sisters. And she thought that the world's most requested scholar was going to go down on her. Oh, no. My women got to be fresh and clean. My women got to smell like fresh peaches, fresh daffodils. My women got to smell like fresh roses. If you want these lips to ever touch your peach cobbler, if you want this tongue to ever massage your honeycomb hideout, you got to be clean. You got to be clean, and she need a deep cleanse. In fact, I'm going to treat her because I have her address. I know where she sleeps. I have Pastor Bussy's address. I know where he sleeps. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa, because whatever she got in her, I don't know how many men she done been with. I don't know. But I've never smelled a woman smell like that. But let me get back on topic. Let me get on topic with this funky coochie cat Kansas City throat goat. Let me get back on topic trying to destroy me. You picked the wrong one. You want war? I'm ready for war. Ogun is ready. Ogun is ready. So she told Pastor Bussy, I went down on her. I pledge allegiance to the African flag. That is a lie. She told Pastor Bussy, I hit her raw. I pledge allegiance to the African flag. That is a lie. She told Pastor Bussy, I get high in order to get intimate. She told Pastor Bussy, the rainbow ganging YouTuber and struggle streamer, that Dr. Umar has to get high before I get busy. I don't do drugs. I don't do dope. I don't get high. But she told him that. A lie. She lied on me like a dog, brothers and sisters. That Kansas City throat goat, built like a sack of old laundry. Built like a sack of old, you fat, funky. Let me stay within character.
But you went back 3 times. But you went back 3 times for that throat goat. Let's get it right.
Let me stay within character. Only worthy. You are only worthy of shining the Shango, you dusty hoe. You are only worthy of shining the Shango. So, bro.
Says the man who claims all black women are queens. Again, let that sink in. All black women are queens until you piss him off. Till you piss him off, then you will be everything up under the sun. If you don't piss him off, you good. You're a black queen. But once you piss him off, this is what you become.
Brothers and sisters, she stated 4 blatant lies. Well, 10. She said I loved her. I wanted to marry her. I wanted her to have my baby. 44 years old. 3 fellatio sessions, and I wanted to marry her. I wanted her to have my child. I was in love with her. She said I masturbated, brothers and sisters. I don't want to be foul, but she said I masturbated in order to have sex. She said he got to masturbate. Talk to any woman who's ever dated me in my life. Talk to any woman who has ever dated me in my life. Does Dr. Umar masturbate? Has he ever masturbated in front of you? Guess what, y'all? I've never masturbated in my life. God is my witness.
Cap.
I've never masturbated in my life.
Who believes that?
I had a wet dream in 11th grade or 12th grade. One wet dream. I can't remember if that was 11th grade or 12th grade at the Scotland School for Veterans Children in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
He lying.
At the Scotland School for Veterans Children in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. I had a wet dream. I was still a virgin. I had a wet dream in either 11th grade or 12th grade. That was it. I never masturbated. I never had a need to. I'm not into that. She said I masturbated. I only saw her 3 times. So in 3 sessions, 3 hours apiece, you spent what, 9 hours with me, 12 hours in your life alone? I masturbated. I got high. I went down on your funky cootie cat, smelling like sardines and sardines and spoiled milk. Your yoniverse smelled like sardines and spoiled milk, and you saying I went down. I got high. I masturbated. I went down. What else? I got high. I masturbated. I went down. I got high.
Raw.
I went down.
Get it raw.
I didn't use a condom. And check this one out.
You don't remember his own shit.
Guess what else she said? I asked her to put her fingers, brothers and sisters.
Oh.
She said I asked her to put her fingers in my rectum. Sisters, talk to any woman I've ever dated.
You want a prostate massage?
Go to high school. Go to college. Go to the school district of Philadelphia. Go throughout the world. Is there any sister I've ever dated who can tell you I asked them to put their fingers in my rectum? You were the throat goat. That's it. You were the throat goat. Why are you making up these lies? I'm willing to take a lie detector test with her. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Kansas, and take a lie detector test. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Missouri, and take a lie detector test. And I want the lie detector technician to ask 10 questions. Did he want you to have his baby? Did he want to marry you? Did he want you to have his baby? Did he masturbate in front of you? Did he do drugs in front of you? Did he hit you raw? Did he go down on your funky, sardine, rat-infested, smelling like the worst fish tank never cleaned? Did he go down on you? But brothers and sisters, I just wanted to go live to clear the air. I came on here to say more than what I said, but my mind is all over the place. They sent social services to my mother's house the other day, brothers and sisters. The Kansas City Throat Goat and Rainbow Bunny Pastor Bussy sent the social services. They were there twice this week. Social services came out to inspect the allegations made against me. So that will also be included in my lawsuit. There's also something else I want to say. I believe that, AKA, I'm the original Eat Up the Prince. That's what she called herself in the text message. And I have plenty more text messages of hers that I did not post. I probably have about 50 text messages of her begging to eat the Shango. I have about 50 text messages of her begging to eat the Shango. I got about 50 text messages of hers begging to eat the Shango. Hood rat, jump off, fishy coochie, the queen of fishy coochie. I believe she may have taken information regarding the bank account of FDMG and my personal. I discussed this with the attorneys. The attorneys told me that it would be in my advantage if Siobhan Stone, Throat Goat, or Pastor Bussy tries to access my personal account or the school's account, because that is a federal crime. So we have a watch on my account and the school's account to see if Pastor Bussy or Throat Goat Siobhan is going to try to compromise my accounts, because that is a Fed charge. If they mess with the school's account, that is a Fed charge. If she gives information about the school account to anybody else, that is a Fed charge. We know Pastor Bussy called the gas and electric company and impersonated himself as Dr. Umar. A couple years ago, Pastor Bussy called the gas and electric company, and I know because I heard the audio. They taped him. We have him on recording of falsifying himself, impersonating Dr. Umar to try to get information on the account and to try to sabotage the account. So I got to put money out to sue Pastor Bussy in Utah. But I said, I think I'm going to do the legal route. The legal route is going to hurt her more. Pastor Bussy, I thought he would stop. He ain't going to stop because he feeds his family off of my slander videos. So brothers and sisters, I just wanted to clear the air. I don't know how 3 Throat Goat sessions turned into a 2.5-year relationship. Brothers and sisters, she's counting from the date they hosted the event all the way up to now.
Man, this dude here is crazy. But, we're going to stop it right here, man. But just pay attention to Dr. Umar and the shit he be saying. You know, he talked about this woman, like I said, I don't know if she has a license to be a caregiver. He let this woman take care of his mom. He's unhappy with that. 3 Throat Goat sessions later, she's got a stank box. She's hacked into his accounts. Man, like I said, this just listen to what he said. Listen to how he talks to black women, the ones he called queens, right? That's no matter what you and this woman are going through, what's the reason of getting on the internet talking like this about her? For a man who says that he holds black women in such high esteem, right? And putting the business out that she swallowed you up. Why? You know, this is like two kids. Well, I don't know what. I ain't heard nothing from her. So whoever she spoke to, I guess he said that she told the pastor, but I don't know if that's on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just like when he went off on Mama Smurf and the other woman. They still ain't came. I ain't heard them come out and say nothing. His daughter's still acting a fool. His daughter running around pretending to be, dead on arrival, DOA. I mean, both of them, you ask me, yeah, they cut from the same cloth. Because the daughter is out here pretending she deleted herself, saying that somebody hacked her account. They both out here grifting. Said somebody hacked her account, pretending to be her, acting like she deleted herself, right? And was asking for cash apps, Then got on the live and was pretty much cussing people out. When she didn't like something that they posted, she blocked them. Like same thing Dr. Umar be doing. That's why he turned the comments off, right, on this one. Because he knew he was going to get some bullshit. People were going to be calling him out. That's why he turned off the comments when he was live, because he knew people were going to call him out during the live. This man full of shit. He's full of shit. He acts just like a female. He get in his emotions and he do the same thing. Black women do what do black women do? They call you out, say that you no good in bed, attack your manhood. And like I said, Dr. Umar doing the same thing to this woman. Talking about she funky. All she did was slurp him up. And then just called her every other name he could think of. But this is a guy who black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Y'all drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think, man. JLerone with JLerone Presents. You guys, please be good to yourselves by all means. Let's be good to one another. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Buck you naked. Got some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over.